Hi there. Welcome back. Come on in and get yourself nice and comfortable. Welcome to your post-alien abduction interview. Please know that you are safe and you are believed. It's very important. Also, please know that the answers that you provide to my questions will be kept confidential. So you're at liberty to talk about whatever you like, okay? Great. I've lots of questions for you to answer today, talking about what happened immediately prior to the alien abduction, what happened during, what happened afterwards, and how you're feeling now. Is that okay? Great. Well, there may be some gaps in your memory. That's absolutely fine. If you can't remember, just let me know. If you think you might have a bit of a memory about something, then give me that information, because it might well make sense down the line. The other thing I'm looking for, with complete transparency, is evidence that this particular alien abduction might be related to some others that we know about. So if I ask a question that doesn't necessarily make that much sense, that might be why. Okay? Right. Let's get started. If you need to stop at any point, let me know. Okay, so we're going to begin with immediately prior to your alien abduction. So think about just before it happened. Where were you? And what were you doing? Can you remember any specific thoughts that you were having? Okay. Do you remember noticing anything change? Anything in the air at all? Anything that made you think, but not really knowing why? Thank you. Were there any unusual sounds? And the passage of time, did it feel normal, faster, slower? Did you notice any lights? Lights from above, lights from all around, anything like that? Conversely to that, any unusual shadows, any shapes that looked like they didn't belong? At any point, did you try to speak, or did it occur to you to try and speak? Do you remember any specific feelings, such as the fact that you might have been chosen specifically? Did you feel tired or unusually alert? Were you alone by choice, or had circumstances led you there? Before the abduction itself, did it feel like everything paused? Did you notice any animals behaving strangely nearby? Dogs barking, birds flying away en masse, anything like that? Did you ever pick up on the sense that something had been waiting? Do you remember looking up at the sky at all? And did your surroundings feel somehow flatter, less real, like they'd been swapped out for something else? Okay, that's the first set of questions. Take a moment. Next, we're going to look at the time of the abduction, as in what was happening during that event. When you realised that you were no longer where you had been moments earlier, what did you feel? Okay. And did you move, or were you moved? Were you aware of your weight? I'm interested in the gravity situation where you were. Do you remember having your eyes closed for an extended period of time? Do you remember any smells? Metallic smell, sterile smell, anything like that? Do you remember hands that weren't yours or any tools at all? Okay. Did they avoid your face or did they study it? Did any of them speak out loud, and if so, in any language that you recognised or a different otherworldly language? When you heard it, did it sound like it came from inside your head, or like it was going into your ears as normal speech would? Okay. Did it feel like they were curious or something else? Did you feel your body responding before your mind had chance? Okay. Did you at any point, feel yourself rise or feel the ground fall away? And were you aware of any pain or pressure? Did you try to hold on to anything? Do you remember any changes in temperature? Was it too hot? Was it cold? Was it a decent temperature, just right? Were you afraid? Did it feel like they had done this before? So, not necessarily with you. Did it feel like these aliens, it wasn't their first rodeo? Okay. And how many aliens were there? Was there more than one presence? Were they expecting you, do you think? And did the whole experience feel brief or endless or somewhere in between? How long do you think the entire process took. Okay. Think carefully now about your surroundings during the alien abduction. Were the surfaces themselves warm? Did anything adjust itself around you, or was everything static? Were you aware of your heartbeat at any point? Did it change in rhythm at all? Did they leave the room at any point, or were they out of your line of sight, your field of vision? Were you ever alone? Were there any edges in the room, or did it look quite smooth? Was it futuristic-y, UFO-y? How would you describe it? Was it really bright? Was it dim, not bright enough? Did any of the lights follow you? When you couldn't see anyone, did you still feel like you were being observed? Did you get the sense that they wanted to learn, or was it something else? Were you aware of time passing? Did you feel important or replaceable? Next, the return. Do you remember the exact moment you were back? Tell me about that first moment you remember being back where you started. Mm-hmm. Was anything wrong when you first tried to move? Were you hurt or injured at all? Okay. you need any medical attention, please let us know. Had anybody noticed that you'd been gone? Did the return feel gentle or quite abrupt? Do you have a feeling of emptiness afterwards? Did you check yourself looking for some sort of proof that it really had happened? Have you slept since? Notice anything missing. Do you feel relief that you'd been returned? Any kind of disappointment that they hadn't kept you? So finally, post-alien abduction. Since you've returned, have the lights felt brighter? Have you noticed that your hearing is sharper? For example, can you now hear electrics and things like that? Have any of your senses changed at all? Do all of the familiar places that you go to feel real? And your interactions with others, as they were before? Are you anticipating the conversations that you'll have? Do you know what people will say before they say it? Have you caught yourself standing still for long periods of time? Do interactions feel slower? Do you feel more patient than you were previously? Have your sleeping patterns changed at all? You find yourself sleeping, say, standing up? Have you lost your fear of certain things? feel a new zest for life in the future. When you think of home, what do you picture? A place, a feeling? Where you live, or something else? Do you miss anything or anybody? If you had to go again, would you? Does the idea of being monitored comfort you? You feel like you're waiting for instructions. Do you mind answering a couple more questions for me before you go? If you encountered them again, do you think you'd know? Even if they didn't look the same? Even if they wore familiar faces? Think you'd feel it first, or would you see it? Do you trust that instinct? How good do you think humans are at recognizing something that's not? Think you can? If an alien learned to move like a human, would that be enough? They learned your customs, your expressions, your ways of going about things, your pauses. Would mistakes give it away? If it cared about you, if it really cared about you, would that matter? If one was stood across from you now, speaking softly, taking notes, asking the right questions, would you feel afraid or would you feel seen? And if you saw me again, would you remember this? If I passed you on the street, would you look twice? Would you feel watched? Would you feel accompanied? Or would you feel safer knowing that we're here?